wealth has a more expansive definition to us.
Yes.
We started out in our 20s and we just had to make rent. And we had to think about making money, supporting our families, etc. And I certainly don't want to, I want to be sensitive to the fact that, we all still have bills to pay. I
Yes.
still, again, I'm like a solo parent. I've got a kid who's going to be, moving into the college years in a couple years here, and there's going to be some bills to pay. So I definitely don't want to make light of that. But I do think we start to see and we start to round out our definition of wealth, right? And well-being. And we start to think about, especially as we age, our health becomes really important.
Yes.
Rest becomes really important. Family becomes really important. Our relationships, our connections become really important. And, one of the things that I look at when I think about my full spectrum of wealth, it's not just the money. It's the network I've built over decades. It's the personal connections that I've nurtured. I'm so fortunate that it takes me 2 hands plus to count the number of friendships that have lasted, more than 2 decades, that
Yes.
have been in my life.